Good morning.
That's good. Oh, Arman, over here, that side. Obviously, it's been a while since your first fight with Islam, and we've been asking you about Islam ever since that fight. I felt like every fight, every time you won, we'd ask you, how far away are you from getting that rematch? But now that we're here, I guess how's fight week, fight camp been? How's the weight cut been? And just, I guess, what are the emotions now that you are only a few days away from actually getting a rematch?
My training camp been good. Weight cut is going good as well. So um, I feel good, so excited, and finally I'm fighting for the title.
How has it been this fight week in general? Because LA has a big Armenian population, and people were saying, oh, there might be a lot of Russians, maybe some Dagestan fans will show up, and then people were also remembering there's going to be a huge fan base for you. So I guess how's the reception been for you here in Los Angeles, just all fight week?
It's like I'm fighting at my hometown, almost same. I feel like this show they did for me, for my fan, and I know like a lot of Armenian people coming to watch my fight.
And you've said Islam is probably one of the best pound for pounds. John Jones might be number one, but Islam is right there as well. So I guess what have you made of Islam's last few fights? Because even Islam said his last fight against Dustin, he knows he made mistakes and he knows what he has to do to correct them. So I guess when you watched that fight, were you seeing mistakes that Islam was making too? And just what do you make of his skill set as a whole recently?
Of course, everybody has mistake. To watch fight is so easy, but to fight is so difficult. And when I watch my fights, I said, why I did like some stupid mistakes. And everybody has mistakes, and he had two in his last fights. And previous fight was the with Volkanovski was no mistakes, just was a short fight. So and yeah, but he finished in the fifth round, and he got the performance, and he looked good. So
And you said during your first fight, you took Islam down and then you kept trying to wrestle him and maybe you threw the game plan out the window and used all your energy a little quickly. Have you had to work on that or have your coaches had to talk to you to be kind of refocus you and make you stick to the game plan and not just shoot in so much or kind of throw the game plan out?
yeah, this time I'm gonna listen my corners, and but sometimes I believe myself too much, and and like okay, like when someone say don't do that, I wanna do that. I don't know why. Like even like at home, like if someone like tell me to do something, I just don't wanna do that. So I wanna do opposite. But this time, to get the belt, I gotta listen my corners very well and do what I gotta do. So just I have a game plan, and I gotta like keep listening. So.
Are they the ones that came up with this secret technique that you've been teasing everyone with?
Yeah, everybody asking like, tell me your secret technique. Like, how can I tell you? Okay, high kick. I'm like saying everybody, and like it's I don't know. I shouldn't say that secret technique. It's like everybody asking the same question. What's the secret? What's the secret What's the secret technique? It's like I don't know. Like no makes sense to ask that question. So
And
it's a high kick, guys.
you said you didn't really feel pressure in this fight because the pressure is on Islam. You're doing this for fun, but then you've also been talking about you envision your life as a champion, and then after this it'll be the big money fights. This is for legacy. So, is this still just for fun, or are you envisioning life winning the belts? And does this fight mean even more to you? And you do feel a little pressure at all?
No, I don't feel pressure. I just it's I'm doing for fun, but like I have a goal to be a champion. I said like I started doing this for fun, like, and then I became a professional fighter, UFC fighter, and now I'm just 28 years old, and I have like 6 years, 7 years to build my name very big, make a lot of money, defend as much as possible, and like to be number one in this game.
And obviously winning a world title is everything you want, but to beat someone like Islam, who people are already saying is one of the best this division's ever seen, best in the sport, does that add something to it, or is it really kind of irrelevant who you're fighting? It's just the title that matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it was Charles Oliveira or Gage or whatever. Just it's the same goal. It's a title right now. I'm focusing on just title. You know, it's my goal. Even if we're gonna compare rematch with Islam Makhachev or title, I'll pick title because it's a history. You know, like different stories. So.
This super secret technique that you can't tell us about, is it something like we've seen in MMA before, or is it something like you've completely invented and you're going to like jump through the air, somersault, and like double foot him in the face, or is it something we might actually be able to recognize when you do it?
No, that technique I've never seen in UFC. Okay. In highlights as well.
When we see you do it, will we go, that's what he was talking about?
Yeah, for sure. That technique, you're gonna say, oh wow, what is that? Like a up kick the last fight. So you never seen when I'm like throwing up kick, you know. Cool. But like it's so a rare kick as well, you know. It's like a couple fighters who did like a up kick, you know, in the UFC as well.
If you throw it and it doesn't work, will you be like kind of disappointed, or are you gonna just be able to roll with it?
You mean up kick?
No, your super secret technique.
It's gonna work if I throw it.
Okay. Arman, over here to your right still. I know you said that if you beat Islam, you would be willing to give him a trilogy fight. There's only been one other trilogy in the history of the lightweight division with Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard. Do you feel like when your guys' careers are over, are we going to look back at this rivalry and these fights between you and Islam and say it's the biggest rivalry in lightweight history?
I can tell right now it's going to be one of the best fight in lightweight division and one of the fight you like everybody is waiting for this fight. And the trilogy is gonna be the same, you know, and everybody gonna talk about this fight. Even our fight was like 5 years or almost 6 years ago, and like everybody talked about that fight as well. So because 6 years ago we showed so good fight, and everybody talks about the fight. Can you imagine what happened this Saturday if we have improved so much, and this time is gonna be same. Like people gonna talk about this fight next 10 years as well.
Arman, right here, bro. Over here.
He's older. He started first.
Oh, hey, thank you. Are you sure? I don't want to jump in front of anyone, but if Arman says you're the boss. Thanks, Arman. I appreciate it a lot. When you two first fought, you were just 22 years old, and he was almost 28. Now you're right in your prime at 28, and he's almost 34. I know you've improved tremendously by watching you. Do you feel he's improved, he's stayed the same, or maybe he's a little bit worse than when you fought him and he was only 28?
No, he improved a lot. He changed his game, and he started to do very well, like Muay Thai, clinch, you know, and he throw his left knee. He has good. So, and he does very smart game, you know. He doesn't waste his energy. He doesn't do a lot, but it's enough to win, you know, and. We both got improved, so
absolutely.
What do you think about he's in his prime right now because 33 years old, and he got a lot of experience. He did a lot of like title defense, and he's on his prime. But I think like I'm in my prime as well, and I'm ready to beat him.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're not concerned about the odds, but are you surprised that you're like a 3-1 underdog? Many of us thought it should have been like an even bet, even money to see who would win between you and Islam.
No, I was a little bit surprised, but I was happy for my fans. You know, they're gonna put a lot of money on me.
Absolutely. And then the last one for me is, what do you feel is going to be the difference between this fight and the other one? Obviously, you winning, but do you feel the fight will look similar to the first one, or is it going to be very different, in your opinion?
It's gonna be a little bit different because I improved my striking so much, my wrestling, and I'm more smarter than I was, and so and I got a lot of like different techniques, not just simple like 1-2 kick, and now I have good combinations that I can throw like and. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna strike more than wrestle. I feel like.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, right here, brother. Age before
Where's
beauty.
my T-shirt?
Age before beauty, right?
Beautiful.
If the fight goes your way Saturday night, is the celebration plan still to walk across Russia with the belt?
Yeah, but walk is gonna be. I checked on the GPT chat. He said me I gotta walk 182 days, but I gotta defend that title. So we decided to drive. It's like 10, 15 days, but drives is better. I'm gonna drive.
And then you always make these videos. You say this is like my last meal before camp. Camp starts tomorrow, where you're sitting in front of like 30 plates of Dave's hot chicken or like In-N-Out burgers. Do you have a favorite fast food spot?
Yeah, right now it's hot. The Dave's hot chicken, number one right now.
Arman, right here.
Arman, when you and I met and talked Monday, you told me you wanted to dominate Islam Makhachev. What does domination look like to you?
Domination is like when you go there and just work 25 minutes non-stop and don't let him wrestle you and strike you. Just show your all skills. But on my mind, it's a finish, And I don't want to show like even fight because he's a champ and the judges can give it to him. So that's why I gotta make a good. I gotta like show good performance and to show everybody I'm in different level.
Can you just take us through your mindset of what it's like to think about one opponent, one fight over the last 5 years, and to finally get it? What is that like? Just the anticipation and build-up for you right now.
It's like a dream fight, like especially when he became a champion. You said I was like number 10, and he already was a champ. He became a champ, and I was ranked number 10 or something like that. And I said, I'm like, I gotta win my fights and like get the title. And in 5 years, I'm here, and so I have a chance to get that title this Saturday. And when they told me you're gonna fight for the title, I was super happy, so excited. But now I'm just focusing on the fight. I'm not thinking, oh, okay, I just got what I wanted. But the main goal right now is to be a champion, not just go there that I fought for the title and I got title fight.
Intuit Dome in Los Angeles is going to be about 18,000 people. A lot of them are going to be your fans. You're going to have that home court advantage, like you said. When your music hits, what's going on through your head? What kind of adrenaline rush do you get? And how does that help you in the fight?
Yeah, it's when I listen my music. I try never listen the music during the fight camp or like off season. I just want to listen just one time fight day, and when I listen to the music, it gives me a lot of motivation, and it drives me like crazy, and I'm ready to fight, with anybody.
I'm sure a lot of the fans are going to want to hug you and not throw the middle finger at you this time, so it should be a easier walk out into the cage. But last one from me. Your hometowns in Armenia, Georgia, Russia, you're talking to your family and friends. Can you just give us a description of what the global anticipation and atmosphere is going to be like for your hometowns?
Yeah, everybody excited. They can't wait me to bring the belt home. Yeah, like I have a lot of places, a lot of places where I have home. I have home in Georgia. I have home in Russia. I have home in Armenia, so but like everywhere like live people who supports me in different countries. So this belt gonna be for them, you know, for everybody, not just for three of that country.
Thank you, Arman.
Arman. Arman right here. Arman, the internet has called you the Armenian Bruce Wayne. How do you feel about that name, the secret identity of the Batman?
Who is that Bruce Wayne?
Batman.
Batman. Armenian Batman.
Yes.
What was the question?
How do you feel about that name? They say it's because you're a fantastic fighter, but they also think Arman might be one of the richest fighters without fighting.
Что Бэтмен вообще делает?
Он же миллионер.
Бэтмен
И
миллионер, да.
получается миллионер, но никто не знает, он в костюм переодевается, и потом Бэтменом спасает.
Sorry, I don't watch movies, that's why I don't know who is Batman. And он что, помогает людям, да? Какой вопрос он говорит? Что я думаю об этом?
Если тебя сравнивают с Бэтменом, потому что он миллионер,
А,
но ночью он переодевается в костюм и борется с преступностью, и у тебя схоже, то есть ты мог бы не заниматься
Да.
боями, потому что у тебя и так все хорошо.
И что надо ответить?
Как тебе такое сравнение?
Yeah, kind of similar, and but I gotta help more people like Batman does. So hopefully after this fight, I'm gonna have time and I can help people who needs me.
Fans are very curious because you had that nicer car than Dana White in the video. Is your do you have a lot of money outside of MMA, Arman?
I do not. My father maybe has.
Okay, thank you. Finally, if you weren't a fighter, what do you think your job would be?
Hanging out on my island, drinking.
He really is
Water.
the Armenian Bruce Wayne.
I'll keep it to one final question from me, Armanjan. Ever since you started your UFC career about 6 years ago, you did gain a massive Armenian, following. But during the past 6 years, I know, Armenians around the world, Armenians in Armenia and Artsakh have gone through some war and tragedy. Tell me about what it means to, represent such a resilient type of people, a strong type of people, and also be able to fight in front of such a large population of Armenians.
When I think about that, like I said, it's like gives me motivation, to work hard and never give up, and it drives me like, to get my goal, and I want to bring the goal for my people. And we always had the bad times, and I want to make them happy this Saturday.
Thank you.
Барев здесь Арманджан.
Барев.
Гамар Джоба, привет.
Гамар
Или
Джоба.
если верить твоей кофте, то бонжорно.
Buongiorno. Тарагачи.
Недавно мы видели, как Изида Адесанья и Роберт Уитакер стали тренироваться вместе, помогать друг другу, хотя до этого дрались дважды. Ты представляешь себе ситуацию, при которой ты вместе с Исламом пройдешь лагерь, когда ваша история будет закрыта?
Может быть, почему нет? Почему нет? Может все поменяться, и у нас нет никакой вражды между собой. Это просто спортивный интерес. Также мы живем в одной стране, и я в этом ничего такого не вижу, только наоборот полезно.
Но ты в свое время говорил, что именно Хабиб мотивировал тебя на то, чтобы заниматься ММА на серьезном уровне. Для тебя это будет какой-то дополнительной мотивацией? Есть ли у тебя цель поработать, пройти лагерь под руководством Хабиба?
Да, конечно, я бы хотел пройти лагерь, получить какой-то опыт, посмотреть, как они тренируются. И больше всего это опыт, да, у которого есть Хабиба, просто отнять у него это, послушать его. И он больше, я думаю, мотиватор, да, такой первопроходец, который прошел через это все, и он парням, которые с ним, уже намного легче, потому что он это все проходил, он все знает, как нужно, что нужно. И да, хотелось бы, конечно.
Спасибо, хорошего боя.
Брат,
Спасибо.
последний вопрос, можно, пожалуйста?
Да, давай.
Все пытаются узнать, брат, какую ты секретную технику хочешь использовать в бою. Хотя бы ты можешь сказать, это что-то связанное со стойкой или с борьбой?
Со стойкой.
Со стойкой. И еще один последний вопрос. Дал ли тебе отец какие-то напутственные слова перед боем? Как-то тебя морально подготовил? Что-то тебе сказал такое важное?
Не, он ничего не говорил. А, он сказал, что волосы надо постричь обязательно. Бороду подстричь надо. И чтобы не мешалось. Я это займусь завтра или сегодня вечером. И сказал, чтобы я ходил уверенно, чтобы они не думали, что я их боюсь. Thank you. Thank you, guys.